who committed suicide. 4 out of 6 grew up in a dysfunctional family. When you think about the turns that you've made in life and the decisions that you've had to make, you have to thank God for a protected childhood in a bizarre environment. Whether it is negative or whether it is positive, somehow or another, over the Christmas season, we try to recreate what we experienced in our childhood. And so many people expend a lot of energy trying to have that Norman Rockwell moment of repainting what it was like when grandma was still living. I try to bake the same things that they smelled of waking up in the morning when their grandmother was in fact in prayer. There's some people in this room who need to know that Christmas for many is a depressing time. Where you've got to fight through stress and anxiety and worry and being alone and dealing with people who walk away from you. Yeah. But I want you to understand that if you can hear my voice, you survived your childhood. For some of y'all, that's not a reason for you to shout. But I said, if you can hear my voice, God had me fly from Baltimore to let you know you have survived your childhood. You are further than where you thought you were going to be. And had you been left to the fate that life had given you, there's no way in the world you'd be in church on a Friday night. It is my earnest prayer, ladies and gentlemen, that you would really put into perspective that Christmas is really about children who've got to deal with craziness. Is that here is Jesus being born to teenage parents, father who has a blue-collar job. They have no line of credit, so there's no credit card to put down at the hotel. They have no health care, and so when the baby starts kicking, they can't check into a hospital. They're at home, but their own family won't even take them in. So they begin to occupy a manger. When they begin to go into this manger without any permission, something crazy begins to happen. Is that while they're there surrounded by wild, untamed animals, there's a knock on the door. Mary asked Joseph, "Are you expecting anybody?" Says, "No, I'm not expecting anybody. They may be evicting us because we haven't paid the rent." So he saunters over to the door and opens it up, and much to his amazement, he finds 3 wise men. Ladies and gentlemen, something about that wise men will warrant our attention tonight, because John, you'll notice that nowhere in the biblical record can we find out where they ever graduated from school. They're called wise men, and we do not have a copy of their transcript. They're called wise men, and they've never written a book. They're called wise men, and they never lectured in any university. What makes them wise is they begin to get to Jesus, hear me, while he's still wrapped in swaddling clothes, and they begin to worship him, hear me, when he hadn't done anything. You get ready to miss it there. They're wise, hear me, and they begin to worship him, hear me, when he had not performed any miracles. But they brought a